So, another episode in. So, we're good to go. We're ready. You get to meet a little bit more, basically all of the team this time around. And I guess I'll ask generally, out of the members that you got a quick snippet of what they're like, who are you liking the most right now?
I have to say, I like the boss.
Yes, I love her.
Boss is great. She is very much a character that is no nonsense, and the situation is the situation at all times.
I
Go ahead.
forgot his name. He took off his armor.
Oh, Bulat.
But I'm like, this dude is like Danny from Space Danny and Josuke from JoJo, and I'm like,
He's like that a lot, but there's also a little bit of Kamina thrown in there later. The good parts.
Okay, good.
I don't want to be that guy. It's the good parts. With his relationship with Tatsumi, it's very Kamina-esque, and you tell. I want to say it's in the very next episode, that comparison, very much so. But yeah,
I meant to say it in the previous episode, but Tatsumi does have a little bit of Simone in him.
Yeah, the kid that's still got to learn. And
yeah,
you mentioned you mentioned Josuke. I was like, the hair, exactly.
I have to say there, like, I found my JoJo reference.
Bulat has one of the most egregious cases of anime hair I've seen of anyone ever. I was just
when I saw the hair, I immediately thought of I forget the character's name from Shaman King.
I've not seen Shaman King, so I couldn't tell you. You might have to send me a picture.
Yeah, when I see it, I'll show you.
Okay, yeah, and Masao, you said the girl with the pink hair sounds familiar. We'll have to look up her IMDb later, but her name is Christina Kelly.
I might look her.
Okay.
I'm trying not to spoil anything. That's why
no, that's fine. I can look up IMDb at the end of the recording session. We can look through some stuff without getting you guys spoiled. But one of my actual questions I was going to say was, who does Bulat remind you of? So that works. One thing that I love about the show, and it's continuing, and you guys are seeing it, is that honesty. Tatsumi has no freaking idea what that group is about, and they're both like, "No, we're not heroes,
like,
dude.
I'm here for the money."
Exactly.
You dumbass.
I'm like, "Oh, you guys are heroes screaming for justice," and they instantly start laughing at him. I'm just like, "Dude,
no, we're murderers."
Don't worry, if we die, they have a reason to kill us. I was just like, this is unbelievably honest. I was like, but you got to figure you want to be honest with the kid. I do have to say, this is probably going to be another short one, but there is a thing that happens in this episode that I won't have you guys look back, but I'll show a screenshot of it when we get to the episode that she does like some stuff later on. My most, and not because it's a bad character, but she's a character you're meant to hate. My most hated character in this show, and in some form of media, period, is in this episode. She is not named, but she's shown on screen.
Okay.
And you will find her out later. And she is one of the cases where it's kind of like Mako Mankanshok in Kill la Kill, where she is an anime character that is inside an anime. Meaning everyone else is like the character in the show, and then she's just okay. And yeah, she is just a character I could not wait to die. It's like Cinder.
So she's not in the Night Raid, is she?
She's not in Night Raid.
Okay.
No. But I was just about to bring up, she's like Cinder, but they don't drag her out for 3 to 4 seasons past her importance. She probably, it's like maybe an episode earlier, but like when everything goes down, it's done well. But yeah, they don't drag her on longer than she needed to. so it works a lot better. Anyone who's seen our Ruby reviews know I don't like Cinder.
No one does.
There's no point in having her anymore. Kill her, please, Rooster Teeth. She's useless. Love you, Jessica Negri, but Cinder sucks. But
A weekly tirade. How much we hate Cinder.
oh boy, done. Mike, if you ever watch Ruby and you get to the point where you're in like season 5 on, she's the most unneeded character in the entire show.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why a lot of people bitch about it, but I'm very just bleh. But yeah, some important details that we learn in this episode is a little bit about Akame. One thing that the show does a lot is they do lore. They kind of do big fat lore dumps, but they do them in points where they're well aware that they're doing lore dumps and they don't take too long. They very much give you the Cliff Notes version of what you need to hear to be good enough. And it's not like a Naruto situation where it's like you're about to fight and then you get 4 episodes of backstory.
God,
all right, back to the swing. No, it's not like that. It's done very well. And there's a couple of them where they're kind of like, it's borderline Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse version. Is like, all right, let's do this one more time.
I kind of got that vibe with Leone being like, hey, so let me tell you a bit about Akame.
Yeah, and they don't show it in the show, but in the manga, they give you a little bit of her of Leone's backstory, and they talk about it a little later in a further episode. But like her weapon that she has, it shows that it has a special ability, and I won't spoil it, but it shows that the person it's her belt, but it wouldn't fit on the person who previously had it. So the person didn't figure out it had the power because it would never fit on him.
Oh, that's actually
Tatsumi's just like, so you're just lucky in everything, huh? Yeah, they're very good about showing little lore dumps like that. Anyone that wants to know more about Akame's past, there's literally a 10 manga set of books, 10 book long manga about it, which is aces. It's very good. I hope someday that they make an anime about it, but they're likely not going to because that'd be too good. But yeah, so we learned that she was with the Empire and then was sent to kill the boss, but then failed. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, and I did not notice it the first time I watched it. Did you notice what the boss had on her when Akame is sent to kill her?
Did it have anything to do with like her armor or her weapons?
Her weapon.
Okay.
If you didn't notice, it's fine. I'll tell you. No, it's the girl with the pigtail. Mine, it's her rifle.
Oh.
That used to be Boss's weapon.
Okay.
Oh, I like pink hair more.
Yeah, exactly. She that weapon is one of my favorites. You'll see later on more and more about how I want to literally get a replica of it. I fell that much in love with it. But yeah, so you get to see a little bit more of duties around the place also. Did you think they were going to go that intricate into like the details of like simple living slice of life type of stuff, or did you think it was going to be a good mix of both?
I had a sneaking suspicion given the layout of their mansion or their just like headquarters.
Yeah, that was going to be a slice of life moment.
Yeah, there is an unbelievably stupid joke with that building later on where it was just like, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's just great. And they openly call out how dumb it is later on. But yeah. So with the people that they take out, I was going to say they don't have nothing too flashy, but I want to say that, are you okay so far with how Ogre was taken down by Tatsumi? Because I've had some people complain that he took him out too easily. Either you could go first, but
like a little bit. Like at first, it was like he like used his sword. Like, oh, he's dead. I was like, you dumb it.
No, idiot.
Dumb person.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like Tatsumi grows slowly, and he had not quite to Simone's levels, but he has a point where he gets to be there with everybody else and is like taking care of himself, but it takes a bit. So I agree they had to have some stuff, but it's like that's one of those contentious notes with some people where I was like, okay, it is only episode 2, but like he's shown that he has some skills, so I'm like not upset.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't really have anything to complain about with that fight because, again, it is only episode 2, and you have to show him struggling a little bit compared to the blind rage from the previous episode.
Yeah.
Sure.
And also that girl, as sadistic as she wasn't a fighter.
Sure.
So of course it's going to be different.
Right. Yeah.
Sure. Man, one thing I forget every time of what it is where it's like this show gets very grimy at points, and I forget the line until the scene's about to come up every time of where, and it's even worse in the manga where she point blank just says that girl who gave her the contract smells like STIs. Like she literally says that.
Oh.
To the boss in there, like, and they're a little bit more modest with it here, where she said she sounds like she smelled off like she was selling her body, and I was like, it's appreciate where it's like you don't need to give reasons for them to kill these people because they're horrible, but like in the first episode, she literally has Saw going on in her backyard. Like this was like, yeah, he falsely accused my husband, and like I had to sell my body to give you this money. Where it's like we probably would have did that one for free, but you know we have to make the capital seem terrible.
Yeah, that's the hook with the show that sets it apart from other fantasy anime and isekai. That while they're not necessarily good people, they're like the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, and that's going to get a little bit later on, even more into it. But I'm appreciative it's enough where it's one of those, you have to show that, like, this is a group of ruthless killers that just believe they're right. We need to make people know that they're the quote-unquote good guys by showing you how unbelievably awful all the people they're killing
Everyone
are.
else is.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, you start getting into the more like story heavy stuff in what is this next one? Yeah, it starts to get more down in episode 4, which will be the one we cut off until our next recording session. But you get a little bit more of it on this one, and you get to see more with mine, which makes me happy because you actually get to see her using her weapon now, which is great. Don't like the name entirely as much, but oh well, you can't win them all. But yeah, so far, so good. Nothing too major. Nothing that I have to place bets about yet, which excited. But yeah, glad
Hold
to
on,
see.
before we go, I do have to ask a predictable question.
That's another thing, Masal. If you have questions at all, I will maybe or maybe not ask them. Answer them. If you have questions, go ahead.
All right, this one's kind of obvious, but I figured I'd ask it now. Akame and Tatsumi, are they going to be a thing?
All right, we're making that bet right now. All right, so I was going to wait a couple episodes.
I didn't want to bring it up too early. Based on one interaction.
Hold on. I was going to wait a couple episodes. I was going to wait until episode 5. And we could still wait until then. But the bet I was going to have you guys make is that Tatsumi is in a group of lovely women. All his age, all legal. And we can wait.
This show likes the plot.
Until the episode. Yes, it does. You're going to see more of that in the next episode. Especially in episode 4, actually. But I was going to have you guys bet that if he does get with someone, who it is. And then we were going to basically just say it live on camera and then see if it pans out. Do you want to wait until that episode when he's had close interactions with all the females, or do you want to make that bet just now?
I will wait only because it's the second episode, but I ask it now because these are the two main characters, and
I
there's kind of a
my
rule.
bets.
You want to place yours already?
Yeah.
Yours is on Akame?
Yeah.
All right. I will let you change it once by episode 5, but right now it's
Okay.
on
As of
Akame.
right now, I'm like, but I feel like it's more read between the lines, like they're a thing type. I don't at the moment. I don't feel like they're gonna fully push it like they're a canon thing.
Okay. Here's the thing. With the second bet I'm going to have you guys make is at a set episode, no matter what, it's at a set episode, and I'm only going to let you change it once at another exact set episode. So
Okay.
that one is set in stone. We're not even going to bring it up or talk about it until then. This one, I will let you change it since you're making it before the cutoff I was going to make. I will let you change it once.
Okay.
So right
That's
now
fine.
you're on Akame.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. But yeah, that was one of them. It's going to be who you think, if Tatsumi does end up with someone, who it is. And yeah, so we'll wait until that episode comes. That's why I don't want you guys to look at any information for the show because it'll make these bets more interesting.
I'm doing good so far.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it totally. It's going to get a hell of a lot harder after we make that second bet. But yeah, I'm quite happy. But sweet. Any other questions?
I forgot her name. The first girl that we meet,
The
the
one
one
who's
with the
reading the
glasses?
book?
the one with like the Hughes bonker.
Oh, Leone. Leone,
Um,
yes.
in one moment she has like cat ears, and the next moment she don't, and I'm like, how is that
Remember
like
how
part
I
of her
didn't
power?
tell
Is
you
that
what the
just
I didn't tell you what the belt's power was?
to make her a cat?
It basically kind of gives her like a beast form transformation.
Okay, I was
Yeah,
like, is it
that's
this
what it
type
is.
of anime thing? Like you just don't question it.
Yeah, that's what her belt thing is. It's that at a time she gets like enhanced senses, stronger, that type of stuff. So
Is
Okay.
it situational?
no, it's a completely turn on, turn off.
Turn off. Oh, okay. Because I was like kind of questioning. I was like, is this the type of thing I'm supposed to question or just go with it?
It's one of those things where it was really weird if you don't think about it, because she's also got a tail and ears at certain points.
That's why I'm just like, I feel like I shouldn't question it.
Yeah,
It's
because there was a
anime.
lot of pictures like in the Ruby thing where I saw this and she was always in her beast form, and I'm like, and I started watching the show, I'm like, where's the
Yeah.
what? But yeah, because she's compared to Yang quite a bit. But yeah,
I can
no,
see
that is what it's from. It's from the belt, and they explain a lot of that in
Later on.
actually. They explain a ton of that. I believe they actually go into it in this episode, if I'm not mistaken. So
Ooh.
you learn more about what those weapons are in this episode because they fight someone that has one. So, anyways, nice. We're good. This is going as good as I wanted it to go. So happy. All right, Mike, where can everybody see you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Captain K42. You can check out all my quick thoughts on letterbox.com/Coach K42. And you can find me in all the various Facebook groups just at my name. You can check out Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Twitter at Ren Pop Culture. Look for us on Podchaser. Listen to all of our podcasts on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Miss Al.
You can find me on Twitter at Kiva028.
All right. And you can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero. All right, everybody. Thank you again for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.